guys, Ashlee here. So, just a few weeks ago, I took a trip to Switzerland, the land of the Magic Mountains. More specifically, the city of Basel, right at the border of France and Germany.
Dear passenger, welcome to Basel.
Basel is so tiny. It actually shares an airport with neighboring towns across its border. Speaking of the border, when I tried to enter the country, I was met with a ginormous queue. When I finally made it to the center and heart of Basel, I realized that something was cooking in the kitchen. Crowds were gathering along the riverbank and randomly roaming through the streets. What's more, folks were clogging streets and blocking roads. This fellow parked his e-trolley dead block center. Amazing. Little did I know that I was walking straight into a ginormous COVID demo. Probably one of the largest protests I've ever seen, folks. Trust me. But here's the dealio, peeps. Protesters were dressed up in costumes and ginormous masks, all in response to local COVID restrictions imposed by the government. In order to get to the bottom of this, I wanted to find the master of disaster, the head organizer who was responsible for this demo. And folks, it wasn't too difficult to find the head of operation.
So you are the head organizer of this protest?
It's not organized. In the moment, it's not organized. Normal way, 2 years ago, there is an organization for a big convoy here. We protest, or we like, or we, all the teams on the world. You can make, you can make a protest, or you can say that's great, or everything is allowed.
I mean, I've been to quite a few protests, but this is literally blowing my mind. Folks are making their own costumes, masks, playing the flute, and aimlessly walking around town. No violence at all.
No.
Fast night, or whatever you guys are calling this protest. It's honestly incredible.
Yeah, that's. I make fast now since 50 years, and that's normal for us. And it's now in the moment in the COVID age. I think it's a little bit for the heart and for the personal. I don't know how to say in English. For the personal feeling.
Down to clown. Despite all the colorful costumes, masks, and music, there were definitely some of the dark sides of COVID featured. Check out this group who dressed up as half reapers, half blackbirds. Friggin' fantastic. Now, just for the records, police were present at all times, but vastly outnumbered by the demonstrating crowds. There was so much chaos and so many protesters that the cops didn't even really try to interfere, but mainly kept the oversight by air patrol.
Friggin' police, right?
You need the police everywhere. Yeah? You have everywhere drunk people and people who are aggressive. So police has to be here. But the people, the musicians and the people with the masks are peaceful. They have fun. It's the guests, the visitors who have too much alcohol. So.
Check out this ginormous sign depicting the New York Times and media being silenced indefinitely. The citizens of Basel were fed up. That I can tell you. These sad faces crying straight into the Rhine River, folks. Also, guys, cut up paper in about a bazillion pieces and colors. Apparently, city mandates that got shredded and tossed all over town. Much to the disliking of this fellow who tried to clear the way for public transportation. Absolutely loving it.
I just love all the shredded paper flying around. Swiss folks just telling the government, stop, no more, okay?
And it's a tradition. It's the same as in January, February, March. It's a time we do this. We enjoy to have fun. And this night it's finished for 1 year, and next year we do the same.
Next year all over again? I somehow couldn't believe it. I love the fact that these guys were trying to make a habit out of it. That's so much effort. In any case, I was definitely high-fiving this protest. As the sun began to set and crowds began to disperse, I decided to get a better overview of the situation in town, but ended up getting a little lost.
This is my first time in Basel, Switzerland, and I simply cannot wrap my mind around this whole experience. Crowds standing in line, already at the airport, coming into the country, the tunes, the rhythms, the sounds, the signs, the posters, the costumes, the masks, and all you lovely Swissies. You protest monsters. I mean, I can't even.
But how do you think? For you, it's good or not?
Yeah, listen, I mean, this is all so freaking foreign to me because, to be honest, I mean, I am originally from the US, and we simply deal with the government and protest in a different fashion. You know? I just couldn't imagine protesting with masks and a flute. We usually wear helmets, armor, and get guns out and stuff.
Yes, but it is just not only the demonstration against COVID. This is a thing we have every year. This Fastnacht. It is every year this time.
No, listen,
And,
I totally get it. Fast night demo.
It is not a
Totally.
demonstration. It is not a demonstration against COVID. It is Fastnacht. It is every year.
As this lovely lady refused to call this event a protest, it was far from being over. Not only did it carry late into the night, but plans must have been made there and right then to turn this thing into an annual event for real. Hence the word Fast Night. Fast into the night, folks. Fact was that the megaphones were being swapped out with trumpets, drums, and sticks, folks. Small congregations gathered all over town, with the support of bystanders, late into the night. As the night went on, protests definitely intensified as smoke bombs were lit across town. The cops did arrest protesters here and there, but simply did not have the space to shove all of them into a single van. A couple of bystanders did file a noise complaint, but cops seriously just laughed it off. Here goes New York City's Chrysler Building, in times of crisis. Check out this group that crossed my way when strolling through parts of the old town of Basel. All of them were carrying a COVID divider as a backpack, reminding us of the many times we found ourselves separated by plexiglass during this awful pandemic. I decided to follow these fellows for a while, in support and acknowledgement of the many tragedies that have unfolded during the pandemic. This dude was celebrating in a more rudimentary costume, but still dancing his brains out. Go Switzerland! As the night was winding down, so were some of the protesters. Not everything went according to plan, as the Swiss government did not respond to the demo that night. However, this was probably the most fun I've ever had protesting. Well done, Basel. Fast! Nacht! Forever!